Hello and welcome to our second spring 2021 semester Level Up virtual session. This session is on finding previous RIT theses. I'm Roman Koshykar. I'm the Graduate Services Coordinator for the RIT Libraries. And whether you are a graduate student yourself who is going to be writing a thesis or dissertation and want to know how to find previous examples from your program, or whether you're an undergraduate student who may be considering graduate study and want to know what the final product of a grad program is, or whether you're any student who just wants to learn how to use theses and dissertations as research source material, I think you'll find this presentation to be useful and informative for you. So I've prepared a brief slideshow here just to disambiguate some of the terms used and the way that we use them at RIT. First, when we talk about dissertations, these are always graduate documents produced by and written by graduate students who are at the doctoral level. So a dissertation is the final published work produced by a doctoral student, and at RIT, our graduate students who are completing PhDs are required to complete a dissertation. A thesis is usually a graduate level work as well, but at the master's level. Theses are required to be completed by some, but not all, master's programs at RIT. And in many instances, there will be a master's degree program at RIT that offers students the choice of completing the thesis track, or the next term that I will get to, the capstone track as well. Now, some theses may be at the undergraduate level, but these are usually only written by undergraduates enrolled in the honors program. And even within the honors program, it may be optional for the student to complete a thesis. But again, we're talking about the final published work of somebody's degree program. And most often with a thesis, that is a master's degree. At RIT, many programs, being that they are very practical in nature and focused on training for professional level work, many graduate programs will give their students the option of completing a capstone. So this is the final published work produced by some master's students. If a graduate program does not require a thesis, then it will probably require a capstone project. And some programs simply refer to them as the master's project. So capstone and master's project are used interchangeably at RIT for the most part. Some undergraduate programs may give students the option to produce a capstone project, but that is not something that happens very often. And if you want to think about it visually, here is a diagram that shows the intersection of publication types. So as you can see, dissertations are always graduate level. Theses and capstones can be undergraduate level, but are usually graduate level. Okay, so now what I want to demonstrate are methods for finding the theses and dissertations and capstone projects, in many cases, that have been written and published by students in RIT's programs over the years. So I'm viewing now the library website, and if you go to our research help section under the publishing section, because theses and dissertations are published information, we do have a link here under publishing for RIT Scholar Works. And this is RIT Scholar Works. Scholar Works is the tagline is a showcase of scholarship, research, and creativity at Rochester Institute of Technology. It's what's known as an institutional repository, meaning that the scholarly output of an institution can be captured and published here in digital format. And ScholarWorks is also an open access institutional repository, which means that the text of the work can be downloaded at no charge without a subscription to any reader in the world. So open access publishing is a method of publishing that intends to share scholarly research without the barrier of having to pay an access fee or a subscription or to purchase the item. And we do have our theses and dissertations published in ScholarWorks as open access documents, meaning that anyone from anywhere can access and read that document. So some publication guidelines here in ScholarWorks. Dissertations, which as I mentioned before, are always graduate level, doctoral level specifically, and graduate level master's theses are required to be published in ScholarWorks by university policy. Graduate capstones, undergraduate honors theses, and undergraduate capstones can be published in ScholarWorks. This is optional for the students producing those works, but it is strongly encouraged for the reasons that I just mentioned. ScholarWorks makes your work available to the world, the global community of scholars, and RIT's library staff will preserve and maintain that for you in ScholarWorks in perpetuity. So a little bit about navigating ScholarWorks. You can browse the ScholarWorks index by going to our student scholarship section. As I said, theses and dissertations are produced by students. Now there's actually a map showing recent readership activity for student scholarship, and you can see that readers from across the country and across the world access the documents published here. So just in the last few minutes, I'm seeing people from places as far away as West Virginia and Arizona and Massachusetts downloading documents. And here's somebody from another part of the world, from Romania. That means that the documents published here genuinely can be downloaded and read by anybody in the world. So that we also keep metrics on how often any individual document is accessed as well. That's another benefit to publishing your work in ScholarWorks. Okay, so student scholarship collection contains 4 sub-collections, and they're pretty descriptive here. There's graduate capstone and master's projects, graduate theses and dissertations, and in ScholarWorks, we do lump those together into one collection. Undergraduate theses and capstone projects, and then a 4th generic category for other student work that may not fit those other categories. So as the name implies, these are all student works, but it's not easy to isolate work from any one program. So that's the downside of the way that this particular system is organized. But if I go into graduate theses and dissertations, the most recent publications are, I'm recording this in February 2021, but we do have theses and dissertations that were published at the end of 2020, at the end of the fall semester, coming to the top here. Now notice that I can't at this level get in to see exactly what department or what program these students were in, or even whether it's a thesis or a dissertation. It's kind of lumped in here. But if we select one as an example, so I mentioned before that ScholarWorks provides some metrics on how often the author's work is downloaded. So as a student author or an author of a thesis or dissertation, that could be very useful for you in the future. We provide an abstract, some subject headings, so that gives you a clue of what the document is about. But then there are metadata elements here that indicate exactly what this is. This is a thesis from a graduate student in the Master's in Computer Engineering program. Notice also that the advisor and committee members are listed at this record level. So if you are considering working with one of these faculty members, if you are a student in the computer engineering program, this allows you to look at the work produced by the students advised by faculty in that program. And you can find out, well, if I want to work with Professor Tuka or Professor Savakis as an advisor, I can see what previous students of theirs have written. If we go back to the ScholarWorks main page, though, there is a method to drill down to the department or program level pretty easily. So back at the home screen, I can go to colleges and departments and then open up an individual college. So say the College of Science, I'll use as my example. And then within that, the different departments and schools are listed out in a structure here, a hierarchy. So I can go to the School of Physics and Astronomy. So now I'm looking at all documents from the School of Physics and Astronomy sorted by year that have been contributed to ScholarWorks. However, this may include some faculty publications as well, as faculty are given the option to archive their articles and presentations in ScholarWorks as well. So once again, you do have to go to a document record to see exactly what it is. This is a thesis from the Astrophysical Sciences and Technology Master's Program, and again, the advisors are listed and the authors listed here, and downloads are tracked since the document was posted to ScholarWorks. So the main idea here is read the metadata carefully to determine what exactly it is that you're viewing when you are browsing ScholarWorks. Now you can also search ScholarWorks as well. You can search ScholarWorks for a name and the author's name. For instance, that will work very well to find that one thesis by, say, a student that you know completed the program that you're interested in finding out about. You can also put in the name of a faculty advisor, and this works pretty well. So I will choose Professor Leon Resnick from Computer Science as my sample search, and you can see the author. He's not listed as the author here, so that must mean that he is an advisor or committee member instead. So there it is. This is in this case, this is a dissertation by somebody in the Computing and Information Sciences PhD program, and Professor Resnick was the primary advisor for that student. The other thing you can do in ScholarWorks is use the advanced search feature, which gives even more options for finding, more precisely finding a set of documents that you really want to research. You can add in additional fields and then focus on particular fields, metadata fields within that search. So you can say, show me theses, so document type is thesis, and show me theses that are on the subject of artificial intelligence. So these could be from any number of programs. Some of them could be from computer science. Some of them could be from engineering. Some of them could be from a different program within RIT, but it's a thesis and it's about artificial intelligence. And then I can get a sense of what's been written there, and going back now by publication year, you can see that 2 of them were published in 2010, a few more, and then many more recently. So 6 out of these 20 documents were published in the last 2 years. So this will really show you the how this can be used as a research tool as well. Note also, some of the dates of these go back much further in time. We have digitized past theses from our collection of theses that we house in our library's off-site collection. So I will tell you a little bit more about that. That's a good transition into the next part of my presentation. So what if you want to retrieve a list of all the theses or dissertations from one specific program? I showed you that you can get pretty close to that in Scholar Works, but you may find that there are some faculty works included in there as well. Well, all past RIT theses are fully cataloged, and if you go to Search Collections to the RIT Library catalog, you can find records for those documents. And we make use of what's called a series title that corresponds to the name of the program, but it also includes the type of the document. So switch your search to title search, and then you can use the format type of document, graduate program name, college abbreviation. This will make sense by way of demonstration. So I will say, I want to find doctoral dissertations from engineering. So dissertation, engineering, KGCOE, which is Kate Gleason College of Engineering. And there are the theses and dissertations published in this program. So if we go back to one that's a bit older, the link to thesis in Scholar Works is here. There it is. It's fully cataloged, although one thing to note, the metadata elements do not, in this case, include the names of the advisors or committee members. But you can know that everything that was written as a PhD dissertation from the PhD program in engineering, which has only been around for a few years. Let me use a different example here, thesis from human-computer interaction. And I can actually just start the first part of that. And I see there's a thesis from human resources development in the Saunders College of Business, SCOB. Thesis in human resource development from what is now called the College of Engineering and Technology, was called the College of Applied Sciences and Technologies in the past. But I want to go to the GCCIS program in human computer interaction and then look at a record here. This is from 2012. It's a thesis, master's thesis. And again, the online version of the thesis in Scholar Works, you can link over there. Note that there is additional information here. There's a call number, a status, a location, indicating that there is an actual bound print version of this particular thesis. And this reflects back on something that I was just saying about digitizing past work from many years ago. Up until August of 2017, there was a policy stating that graduate students completing a master's thesis or a doctoral dissertation had to provide both a print copy for binding for the library collection and an electronic copy that eventually was posted in Scholar Works. So we still do have these print documents. We have not disposed of them, but they have been sent to our off-site collections which can be requested for use on campus by RIT affiliated patrons only, so they're still there. You don't necessarily want to probably request these because the full version is available online in Scholar Works, and that's much more convenient at your fingertips, so to speak. But because print versions are also included, the RIT Library Catalog is your definitive complete source for searching all graduate theses and dissertations that are ever published at RIT. Now, keep in mind one caveat, and this is a smaller category, but any undergraduate theses and undergraduate capstones are not cataloged in the library catalog. You would have to go directly to Scholar Works to find any that have been published electronically. And the same goes for a much bigger category, which are those graduate capstone projects from master's students. Those, again, the option is there for students to publish those in Scholar Works in electronic format, but we don't actually provide a catalog record for those. You have to go to Scholar Works to find them. So the library catalog is definitive for certain kinds of graduate work. Scholar Works is definitive for other things, but again, because of the nature of certain things being optionally published in Scholar Works, even that can be an incomplete collection. There is one other source that I would like to present to you this evening, and that is the Proquest Dissertations and Theses Global Database. So I can switch the search here to databases. And Proquest, and again, you can search for part of it, Proquest Dissertations and Theses Global. So that is it. And there's a description here, PhD dissertations from US and Canadian universities, including RIT. This is available to subscribing institutions, which include RIT and many other academic libraries. So I am recording this from home, in case you haven't guessed by my background. And I will have to log in by proxy to access a subscription resource from off campus. Now I am authenticated to the RIT Libraries subscription to Proquest Dissertations and Theses Global. Okay. So how does this work? Well, it takes you to an advanced search screen, and this is quite useful, again, as I showed you in Scholar Works. Some of the data fields here are a bit different, though, in their construction and presentation. But again, what you can do here, because we are not looking at only things that are published at RIT, you can set one of these fields to the university or institution field, which is down here. So I started typing Rochester and I got University of Rochester, Eastman School of Music, and so, but Rochester Institute of Technology is the one that I'm interested in. But you can see just by that autocomplete that many other universities participate in this particular collection. And then here I can put in, again, a subject search perhaps. So in this case, it would be all subjects include the term artificial intelligence. Now I'm probably going to get a different number of documents than I got in Scholar Works, just because things are indexed differently here. So I think I only retrieved about 20 that were specific. Well, I think that part of the reason was that I was looking at only master's theses here. This would include dissertations, and I think things just may be indexed differently with the way that they assign their subject heading. So I got 107 results. Okay. Unfortunately, data points like the college at RIT, the department, the program name, they're not indexed by Proquest. So it's not really possible to search for the name of an advisor in the Proquest Dissertations and Thesis database, but you can search for the name of the author. That is indexed. So why do we provide access to the Proquest Dissertations and Thesis Global Database, or PQDT is sometimes what it's called? Well, we use Proquest's ETD admin product as our intake system. Scholar Works is a fantastic publication venue, but it does not have any kind of a way to receive documents for processing and publication. Proquest does. They have a product called ETD Admin. We use that as our intake system for graduate theses and dissertations. And remember, those are required to be published in order for those students to complete their degrees. The grad capstones and undergrad theses and capstones cannot be submitted to Proquest. So they will not actually be accepted by our administrators for ETD admin within the library staff. They would be rerouted to Scholar Works. It's not a focus of this presentation, but Proquest Dissertations and Theses also provides access to theses and dissertations from many other research universities, and it makes it a tremendously useful research source. All graduate theses and dissertations published at RIT since March of 2008 can be found in this Proquest database, but they can only be retrieved by subscribers from this database. So let me provide some final thoughts for you. First is that researching past RIT theses and so on from your college or department or program can give you a great idea of what previous students in your program have accomplished, the kinds of work that they have produced, the research that they have engaged in, and the requirements that they met to earn their degrees. Those are all very useful. Again, if you are currently a graduate student or you're an undergrad considering graduate study, you'd want to know those kind of things. Now, if you are a graduate student and you want to know what it takes to actually publish your thesis or your doctoral dissertation, under the Research Help Publishing section of the library website, there is a link labeled Thesis and Dissertation Support, and this goes to our guide for thesis submission instructions. So the official instructions are listed here, infoguides.rit.edu/thesis-services. If you are on a graduate capstone track or you're an undergraduate student who wants to submit to Scholar Works, don't worry, we have instructions for you as well under the capstones and projects page of this very same guide. So refer to this information for publication instructions. I do want to emphasize, though, that these are the final publication instructions when you are completely ready. You've defended your work, it's been approved and signed off by your advisors and your committee, and you're ready to submit it. Before that, you'd want to actually think about the requirements, and reading past theses, reading past projects, reading past dissertations found in Scholar Works can give you a sense of what those requirements are. There are no university-wide requirements at RIT. Each department at RIT maintains its own requirements for things like formatting, citation style, and appearance. So it is very important that students learn the requirements of their degree program. I've already said you can locate previous theses this way, the methods that I've demonstrated today, but you can also ask your faculty advisor for guidance and information, or you can inquire within the department office for that as well. So with that, I thank you for your attention, and I hope to meet with any students that have questions about this process in the future. Thank you.